Hey, how you guys doing out there today? This is Stefan Jimenez from the Roto Beast team, and I'm here to present you our NBA picks for Thursday, December 21st. If you're new to the channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our NFL and NBA videos. And please make sure and click the like button on this video as it's really appreciated. So before we jump into today's slate, I'm just going to recap, last night. One thing I will say is Chris Paul went out in the very beginning of the fourth quarter after pretty much doing nothing all game. It was a killer. You got Luke Walton being a complete dickhead, and he's sitting Randall when Randall's pretty much their best play that they have to put at center with Brook Lopez out right now. The dude literally got like 7, 8 minutes in the whole game. It was very frustrating. He was 50% owned in the field, so we weren't the only ones thinking that he was a really good play. But hey, it's NBA. Things like that happen. Along with all this mess with the injury reports and people getting hurt. It's part of the game, and that's why we have to do our best just to try to wiggle, our way through the waters. So let's jump into this slate. Three of the games they don't have any information from Vegas. They don't have no lines, anything like that yet. So I'm guessing we're waiting on some injury news. The two games that do. First is Chicago at Cleveland. This game has a 213 total, and Cleveland's favored by 11.5. And then we got Memphis going into Phoenix to face the Suns. This game has a 204 implied total. Memphis is favored by 1.5. And then, we do have Toronto at Philadelphia, Boston at New York, and Sacramento at Utah. We're waiting on some key things in those games, so we don't have no information yet. But let's just kind of jump right into it, and we'll take a look at our picks. Before we get started with these picks, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just going to keep it straight up. This is one ugly ass slate. Plain and simple. There's a lot of spots that you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to make decisions, and honestly, tomorrow you're gonna have to pick guys that you may not feel comfortable with being in your lineup. But there's not too many options on this slate for being a 5-game slate. There's not a lot of guys that I really like and that I really trust. But we'll do our best. So we'll start at point guard. You got Kyrie. He's going to be on a back-to-back going into the Garden to face the Knicks. He has an 8,700 price tag, which is a little bit of a high price tag for him. For him to hit value, you need about 43. It's actually not too bad. He did play 37 minutes tonight, so it's a little bit concerning on the second of a back-to-back. But Kyrie's young. I think he'll be all right. He's going to put on a performance at the Garden. I like him. He's not never really one of the safest plays, but on this slate, he is one of the safer ones. So I like Kyrie tomorrow. Then we got Lowry. He's going to be on a back-to-back as well, going into Philadelphia. The guy's been up and down for his price tag. 8,500. You need about 43 for him to hit value. He can definitely get there against Philadelphia in this matchup. His up-tempo matchup, I do like it. But he's been very inconsistent. I probably would have rather pay 200 more for Irving than Lowry. Don't get me wrong. He has upside and he can definitely smash in this spot. But he's just been very inconsistent, as you can see. He has his 40-point games, but he's been in the 20s a lot, and that's scary at this price tag. So I'll probably consider him a little bit more of a GPP play and go Irving a little bit more at cash games for only 200 difference. Then we got Dunn. Dunn isn't a guy I would really talk about on a regular slate, but for the most part, the guy, he's been playing very well. He's averaging 31 fantasy points a game this season. He's the starter. We know that Cleveland struggled a little bit against guards. He's been, regularly in the 30s, getting 40s a lot as well. So, he is a guy that has upside, but his price tag is up as well. But he's definitely somebody you can also look at as GPP, as a GPP play, sorry. Then we got Rubio. Come on. If Rubio is one of the best options on the slate, you know something's going on. Against the Spurs, he's a starter. He's only 5,000. You only need, 25 for him to hit value. For the most part, he's getting about 30 minutes a game, averaging 25 fantasy points. If he's going to get you that against the Spurs, you'll definitely take that. I'm probably going to have to say I think Rubio is going to be kind of a chalk play tomorrow. He's probably going to be 60% owned just because, he's something that you can kind of find consistent in Rubio compared to these other options. Another guy I like, you can go with McConnell. He's going to come off the bench. He's been up and down as well. That's why I like Rubio, because at least he starts. Murray's a really good play, but I think Tony Parker's going to come back. And he's coming off the rest. A guy we'll talk about quickly is Calderon. You need 20 for him to hit value. He's playing, minutes in the 20s right now. He's getting up to sometimes up to the high 20s. He's been consistent for the most part. He's not doing nothing special, but if you just need 20, he's going to get you, say, 16 to 22. You would take that. You would move about your day, pay up for, a couple other guys that we have to pay up for on this slate. So he is a guy I really like on the cheaper end. I definitely would consider Calderon tomorrow. Then we got DeRozan. DeRozan. He's been playing very well. His price tag is up. For him to hit value, you need 44. He's averaging 39 on the season. This is a small slate. Honestly, he's probably the top shooting guard, playing it simple on this slate. I think he's going to be, somewhat of a popular play. Going against Philadelphia, I like him a lot. I think he's going to be a really good play, and I'm going to try to fit him in my lineup. You got Evans. He's 1,000 less. Evans is a baller. He's going to be going against the Suns, who don't play any defense. This is a spot that I feel Evans could really, really smash in this spot. I do like Evans a lot tomorrow. Going against the Suns in the up-tempo game. So definitely, look at Evans. The only thing is he's going to be on a back-to-back. So you want to kind of just watch that. Make sure his minutes aren't going to be limited. But he's a solid play. For him to value, you need about 38. Definitely could get there against a Phoenix team who's just horrible. So we got to watch and see if Mitchell's out. If Mitchell's out, it kind of opens up things for a couple other guys. I really don't like him at his price tag against the Spurs. But, he just crushed in this matchup not too long ago. So just kind of look at that injury news. Hood will be in play. He started today for Mitchell when he was out. So definitely take a look at Hood. A guy I'm going to talk about, Marcus Smart, 5.6. His minutes, he's playing, 28 to 32 minutes for the most part. He doesn't do nothing special. But he's consistent. And on this slate, we want, mid-tier options that are pretty consistent. He scored in at least double digit. He scored double digits in the past 3 games. He's averaging 24 fantasy points a game on the season. For him to hit value, you need about 27. I definitely think he can get there against the New York Knicks, and in this game I could see it turning into a blowout, and he would actually get a couple extra minutes with the second unit. So I think that Smart is a good play. Then we got Dwayne Wade. Pretty much he runs the second unit. He's been fairly consistent. He's averaging 25 fantasy points a game this season. For him to hit value, you need about 27. Against Chicago. This is a team that he played for, so they have a little bit of the revenge narrative in there. Last time he was in this matchup, he played 25 minutes. He scored 24 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists for 34 fantasy points. I would love if he got me 34 fantasy points tomorrow again. So definitely, I like Dwayne Wade. Next, we got Justin Holiday. The guy's under 5K. He's, the minutes, for the most part, he's playing, low to mid 30s. They have been a little bit up and down lately, but they have shown that they do like playing a lot of minutes. He's been consistent for the most part. He's filling up the stat sheet. For him to hit value, you need about 24. He's averaging 27 a game on the season. He actually only played 28 minutes tonight, which is a positive. Since he's going to a back-to-back tomorrow, I think he'll still be a little bit fresh. So I like Holiday. And quickly, if Mitchell's out, Alec Burks is a guy you can look at again. He's instant offense off of the bench. The guy fills up the stat sheet. He's only 4,000, so you need 20 for him to hit value. Alec Burks, he's a really good play anytime he's going to get minutes in the 20s. So definitely keep an eye on that Mitchell news. Then we got small forward, LeBron. He's the best player on the slate. The only thing you got to be careful for is a blowout. Last time in this matchup, he played 34 minutes. He got 45 fantasy points. That's not going to cut it at this price tag. He's been playing well. His team is playing well as well. And like I said, Chicago is going to be on a back-to-back, so this is a scary spot. I think it could definitely be a blowout. As they are favored by 11.5 in this matchup. The price tag, is a little bit high for him to hit value. You need about 62. I mean, he can get there if the game stays close. I just don't know if it is going to stay close, if he's going to have to play in the fourth quarter. So that's kind of the only problem about LeBron on this slate. We got Covington. For everyday value, need 35. I mean, this guy's playing, solid minutes in the 30s. He does a little bit of everything. He plays defense. He's really been filling up the defensive stat sheet. The past 3 games, he's got you at least 29. He averages 31 on the season. I'm going against Toronto. I don't think they really have anybody that can match up with him. He's a very versatile person. So I like Covington. He's been shooting the 3 very well this season as well. And we got Jaylen Brown. The young guy's been playing good. Playing simple. For him to have value, you need 28. He's averaging 26 a game on the season. He has upside. He's shown us, 40-point upside a couple times this year already. Going into the Garden to face the Knicks. I like him. Who's he really going to match up with on the Knicks? He's going to be going against Courtney Lee at small forward. I think that's who's playing right now, small forward for the Knicks. Courtney Lee, he ain't going to match up with Brown. Brown's going to smother him. He's too big for Lee, so I do like Brown. You got Leonard. He's going to be coming back against Utah off rest. If he's only going to play 15 minutes again, then it's kind of tough to play him at 5.5. For him to hit value, you need about 27. He has got 27, 28 before this, 11 points off against the Clippers. If they even say, okay, we're going to give him 24 minutes today. If they say that he's going to give him 24 minutes at 5.5, he's a really, really good play. You could probably put him in your cash games. It's all about, how many minutes he's going to play, so I'll definitely monitor that before I decide to play him or not tomorrow. And then last guy at small forward, if CJ Miles is out again, I like OG. Past 2 game, his minutes are up a little bit. He played 29 and 30. He's got us 20 and 30 fantasy points. For him to hit value, you need 20. So if he's going to play, really high 20s to low 30s, I like his chances of getting us 20 and hitting value on the lower end. Now we'll go to power forward. Ben Simmons, ever since Embiid's been out the past couple games, this young guy's been playing well. He's been playing well all season, but he's been doing even more the past couple games, flirting with triple-doubles, playing, solid minutes. I really like him against Toronto. Toronto's going to be on a back-to-back going into Philadelphia. I think the guy plays a little bit better at home. His price tag is a little bit up. You need 49 for him to hit value. He's averaging 45 on the season. So I do like Ben Simmons. Then we got Aldridge, 7,500. For him to hit value, you need 37. He's averaging 39 fantasy points a game this season. Leonard, even though he is probably going to play, he's still going to have his minutes down somewhat. So I do like Aldridge. You do need, like I said, you do need about 30. You need about 37, 38. But I definitely think in this spot he can get there. So definitely take a look at Aldridge. Then we got Saric, going against Toronto with no Joel Embiid. He's playing a little bit more minutes. He's picking up the rebound slack without Embiid. He's getting 8 to 11 rebounds right now. He's just been a great player. He's been a great player since last year. A lot of people weren't really looking at him. I really like him. For him to hit value, you need 32.5. And he's been very close, very, very consistent. I think he's a really, really good cash game player on this small slate. Then we got Ibaka on the other side of the ball, almost the exact same price. His minutes, you wish he played a little bit more minutes, but even though he only plays about 28 to 32 minutes a game, he's still filling it up. He's still, playing, good defense. They used to call him a blocker for a reason. He's still blocking a lot of shots. He's scoring the basketball pretty good right now. He's been playing very well. For him to hit value, you need, the same as Saric, about 32, 33. I definitely like Ibaka in this spot against Philadelphia in the up-tempo game. Last guy I'm going to talk about is Crowder, 3,700. He's been starting. I know he's been up and down. Last game he played 36 minutes in a meaningful game. He got us 22 fantasy points. This is nothing crazy. But for his price tag of 3.7, all we need is about 18 from him, 19. He's averaging 16 on the season. If he's gonna play, mid 20s to high 20 minutes at his price tag, I think he's a really good. Not a really really good play. I think he's a really good GPP play. I think he's a decent overall play for cash games. It's a little bit risky, but you're gonna have to get risky somewhere. Um, yeah, and then so let's just go to center. So Embiid's supposed to be out again. So we won't even really talk about him. We'll go into Gasol. Gasol, he's on a back-to-back. Going against Phoenix. But Phoenix is a horrible team. The thing about them, though, even though they are a bad team, they do have some decent bigs in Chandler, Monroe, Alex Lynn. Could give them a little bit of trouble. On the back-to-back, he could be a little bit tired. But Gasol is the best player on their team, and for them to play well, they need him to play well. For him to hit value on his price tag, you need about 31. About 41, 42. He could definitely get there against Phoenix Suns in an up-tempo matchup. Then we got Kevin Love. You gotta hate that Kevin Love minutes are kind of he's still playing 28 to 32, 33 minutes. You need 40 for him to hit value. I do like him in this spot against Chicago. Last time he faced Chicago, he only played 22 minutes, and he got a monster double-double, 24 and 13 for 43 fantasy points. I don't see why he can't do this again tomorrow. I like Kevin Love a lot. Then we got Al Horford, 400 less against the Knicks. Horford has just been consistent. He kind of had an off game today against Miami. His minutes were he only played 26 minutes. He didn't score the basket. Was probably his problem today when he got 18 fantasy points. But overall in the season, he's averaging 34 fantasy points a game. He's been very consistent. As you can see, I like him going into the Garden. That's always a big time atmosphere that big time players usually step up. Then we got Cantor on the other side. This guy, when he gets minutes, he gets double-doubles. That's just what he does. He's averaging 29 fantasy points a game on the season. He's starting right now. You would like to see his minutes up a little bit. But Cantor, he's more of a GPP play, especially on this price tag. You need 32 for him to hit value. But he could definitely do it. We've seen it tons of times before. It's all about the minutes with him. Last guy I'll quickly talk about is Robin Lopez. Kevin Love, he's not the best, defender. We know that. He likes to take threes. Last time Robin Lopez was in this matchup, he got 29 fantasy points. At his price tag, you need 26. I would definitely take 26 at his 5.2 price tag. This way you can pay up somewhere else and kind of, get some solid plays. So I do like Robin Lopez. The minutes are pretty steady. He's playing high 20 minutes. So definitely I like him. I like sitters against Kevin Love. So, hey, that's kind of where I'm at for today. It's an ugly, ugly slate. I warned you guys ahead of time. So I'm going to go. I like Kyrie Irving going into the Garden. Now we're going to go to shooting guard. I'm probably going to have to say, I'm going to come back to that. Small forward, I'm going to go with, I like Covington against Toronto. Power forward. See, I like both of these guys. Nurkic and Ibaka. I'm going to go, boom. See, center. You can go. I'm going to go right there. Shooting guard. If we hear that he's going to actually just go boom like that. It's kind of something that I like. I think you can go a little bit more balanced kind of day and get away with the day. But yeah, no, I like this. The slate's ugly. I think a balanced lineup will work out pretty good. I don't think you necessarily have to force LeBron in. LeBron, he may be kind of high owned, so it is risky. But, yeah, hey, that's kind of where I'm at for this video. I'll be back with Friday picks tomorrow, and I'm also going to be out with my NFL video first thing in the morning. So make sure that you have the notifications on, so when I put that out, you can definitely jump on and check out that video. And I'll talk to you later. Let's make some money tonight. Bye.